Hey everybody, it's Mordecai, and welcome to another audio fic. This one is titled Agenda. It is a Sandersides fic. The ships are Logins and Receipt, so trigger warning for Remus and Deceit respectively. There is an innuendo later on in the fic, and while I'm not going to mimic Remus's voice, I can't do that. I'm going to be trying my best to be as enthusiastic as he is when talking as him. So, with that in mind, let's get on with it, shall we? Begrudgingly as Roman would make it seem until they were left alone, a brotherly bonding session had been suggested since his partner would be gone several days as Thomas began to research the benefits of sensory deprivation tanks for an upcoming video on the second channel. While creativity went into every idea, the prince had given liberties over to Logan after witnessing the rush of enthusiasm to study the new subject, leaving him at home to lay around lazily when someone tackled his tummy, interrupting the developing daydream. Big brother! Great Odin's eye patch free. What are you doing running around unsupervised? He's about to go into shed, the Duke stated simply, snuggling against his sibling fondly. Can't bother him, so I found the best next option. Next best option. You could always check in our kingdom. Nah, not in the mood. Hard to believe. Aren't you lonely without your bookworm? Yes, but I don't see what that has to do with... We can keep each other company. I'm not even doing anything interesting, Roman grumbled, knowing that he would not be getting rid of the younger one anytime soon, ignoring him while turning on the television absentmindedly. If nothing's on, I'm gonna nap. Ooh, sleepover! Every night was exactly that, since they still shared the bedroom. A faintly faded strip of tape, or discarded soda cans and pillows that had fallen to the floor cluttered on either side, separating them equally. About to change the channel. He excitedly propped up against the sofa arm when the Phantom of the Opera came on screen. Internally groaning because there was no hiding such a genuine reaction, to pretend he was uninterested and leave for an awaiting mattress. If you go get snacks, you can watch with me. Yes, boy! Letting Remus scamper off to the kitchen, the older one quickly conjured extra cushions for both of them before repositioning himself to make room while the film continued on. Roman had seen it more times than he could recount properly, so he knew what scenes were being displayed behind him, singing along without a care. Curling into a beige blanket covered with a pale pink unicorn rearing up on hind legs in the center, he was suddenly pelted with a package of peanut M&Ms, unable to defend himself from the attack as Remus rested into the other side of the couch. Their legs overlapped to balance a bowl of freshly popped popcorn, a bag of family-sized mint Oreos hoarded by his brother, and plastic water bottles crinkled as long drinks were taken from each. The two settled in quite comfortably. What'd I miss? The masquerade scene's about to start. No wonder I heard you belting out both parts to All I Ask of You. Couldn't wait for you to return. Roman reasoned with a slight shrug as he chewed a few pieces of candy. We can do it point of no return. I know it's your favorite. Fine with me! As the musical continued on, the twins were in a back-and-forth battle of quoting spoken dialogue before shifting into singing again. Soft smiles on both their lips at something so familiar. Of course they did not always get along, since siblings were bound to bicker. But these were the moments where egos were put aside to perform the play together passionately. With a flourish of garish garments and handcrafted masks, the prince perked up, since it was a part that was loved so deeply. He had thrown a similar gala during one New Year's Eve party, grinning stupidly at remembering how Logan had detested the idea. Logan usually points out inconsistencies during the movie. It's nice not having to deal with that for once. Same with Dee. Except, he would have me bent over a chair by now. Shut up! I don't want to hear what you two get up to. Who else will I tell of our wedding night? No one Hold the phone. You're getting married? Your chain's at the line. You belong to me. Getting a glance of similar thin chain to the heroine of the movie that held a silver band in the hollow of a well-defined neck, Roman freed himself from underneath the other to pounce into a lap covered in fitting tights. Fully aware of the mess that had been made, as the bowl was now upside down on the floor, wafers scraped clean of cream scattered like edible poker chips, yet he couldn't care less, as rough ruffles scratched against his tunic, as they embraced for a long moment. Little bro, you're growing up too fast. Dee wanted to keep it on the down low, but how am I not supposed to tell someone? It's an engagement, not a crime. With that out of the way, Remus continued, his energetic demeanor causing him to vibrate where he sat. Would you be my best man? I'd be honored. Delighted with the grand gesture, Roman could no longer focus on the movie, since he wanted all the details to be spilled. Putting it on pause to vacuum up the mess, he gave the younger part of creativity a steady hip bump that was returned, grabbing a hand in his to twirl the betrothed in what could only be described as purely giddy energy. What's gotten into you, Roro? I'm just... He started off, giving a firm squeeze to the other before releasing it gently. So happy for you, Remus. Really, you two are the perfect couple. Oh. Thought you couldn't stand him, or us for that matter. No, honey, never. While Deceit and I don't see eye to eye, I see how happy he makes you. He does. I was cynical at first, but being in love is quite magical. Tell me about it. Now, spill the deets. Settling back into the sofa, the older one summoned cups of tea, handing one over while listening to Remus recount the tale. Deceit had come to him with clasped, gloved palms, held in front of his heart, the human side of his face hinting subtly at emotions. The Duke did not waste any time as he bounced in place, bubbly upon sensing that something was amiss, and watched with bated breath as the makeshift necklace was presented in front of him. He didn't say anything? Well, he would have, Remus remarked, twiddling the left side of his mustache timidly. If I hadn't immediately put my head through. Did it ruin the moment? Nah, helped it. He was trembling the whole time after he presented the ring. Bet he wasn't expecting that. In all honesty, didn't need to hear the words. I knew, you know? That kind of confidence had chased off many previous suitors. Yet those rewritten rules had served him well with finding a formidable fiancé. An adjusted perspective put him in the position within the narrative that was life, which brought one's purpose further forward. Royal weddings, while more outlandish, had an agenda set in tradition, yet there was no denying that an exception would be made. And that is the end.